I cannot
started.
read this, bro.
Yo, we don't
Cassie,
need that.
enlarge your
Fine.
screen.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
Starting
this
with
one. We're starting off with this one. Because this one is one that Trevor and I read because we were like, it looked kind of dumb, and I was like, I don't think it's actually gonna be worth it to try and stream this. And then we read it, and there's a lot. So, what do you mean enlarge my screen?
I don't know, bro. It's small for me.
Okay, sure.
You can full screen like the.
No, I have
Stream.
it. Well, I have it like. Yeah, I have it full screen, but it's still like a small section of the screen.
Oh, it's because you're watching on Discord.
Oh, click on the stream.
Oh, W. That barely helped. I'm not gonna lie, but
Hold on,
You're kidding me.
I'm trying to pull up your
I'm just
stream
pulling
to
up
see what
the
you're seeing. Oh, blood
stream.
thief, give me his live crap, bro.
nah, it's good enough now.
Oh yeah, they're fine. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I can pull up mine.
Okay.
I don't think this is his stream. Hold on. I'm on Pokemon Go. I got
Oh
distracted.
my god.
Hold on, I'm ending stream.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill every single one of you.
What did I
Am I
do?
the a-hole for killing my
What did I
brother
do?
and our friend because none of us have the ability to focus?
That's not what it says on the screen.
You act like you have the ability to focus, bro.
I'm well aware, but at least I'm trying. I'm not on Pokemon Go. We're talking about ending stream before it even begins. Oh,
I'm not talking
okay.
about it. I already ended.
There goes the
No, you
battery
did
for
not.
the controller of my LEDs. Okay.
Honestly,
we're low-key just waiting on you, bro.
No, what?
Yeah, that's why I'm playing my. That's why I'm playing.
Yeah, we're
stuff.
waiting for you,
I'm
bro.
literally waiting on
I'm
you.
gonna hit y'all. Okay. First one, am I the a-hole for donating my roommate's family heirloom to Goodwill?
Love.
20. Aiden?
I said that while you were in the pause. That was Discord delay.
I'm gonna hit you. I've 22 female posted.
No.
Shut up! I've 22 female posted here about my roommate, 24 female before. She's always had issues contributing to the household, including buying things like toilet paper, dish soap, laundry detergent, etc. She also rarely does her dishes promptly or takes out the trash or other household chores, and struggles to pay utilities on time. Sometimes I even have to hound her for rent. I felt bad at first because clearly she wasn't equipped to live alone, but I quickly got frustrated and became short with her. We were friends at first, but not so much anymore after I've had to put up with her for this long. Our year-long lease ended, and we've been living month to month since then. Eventually, she got a boyfriend. He lives with his parents, but that hasn't stopped her from spending most of her time at their house. I started seeing her less and less. A couple days into May, why did I just get a Discord notification?
I did
Which
too.
one of you
Hold
am
on,
I
I'm
about to
checking the
kill?
group chat. Aiden.
Aiden, shut up.
Hold on, my bad. Anyways, continue.
A couple days into May, I hadn't seen her for maybe 2 weeks. I texted and called her to see when Aiden.
That's not me. That was Trevor, bro.
That was me.
You started it regardless. Are we done?
Yeah.
Read, bro.
Aiden, I'm gonna hit you. Texted and called her to see when she was gonna pay her share of the rent, due on the 5th. But she basically, Aiden.
Okay, so now we're blaming me for everything when I did it once and Trevor did it twice.
That was
This
me
is
again.
insane hating.
That was with me. Hold on, I gotta delete the message. That was with me.
Alright, we're ready, bro.
Are you?
We're waiting on you. I didn't do anything, bro.
Okay, I'm ready.
If I get one more freaking Discord notification, I'm ending the stream and I'm going to bed. Not really, I'm going out to the couch and watching YouTube, but we're not doing this. I'm not doing it.
Aiden, I see you typing. Don't
Not
do it.
doing it. Aiden?
I didn't say nothing, bro. Just hurry up and
You're
read, bro.
typing.
I would
Jesus.
if y'all quit interrupting.
I did it once. Lock
Couple
in.
days. Shut up. Couple days into May,
I
I
said that
hadn't
before you
seen her.
started speaking.
Aiden, shut up. Couple days into May, I hadn't seen her for maybe 2 weeks. I texted and called her to see when she was going to pay her share of rent, due on the 5th, but she basically ghosted me. Got in contact with her mom, and eventually my roommate reached out to say she's staying with her boyfriend's family for now, and doesn't think she should be expected to pay rent for somewhere she's not staying. Kindly asked if that meant she would be moving out, but she didn't respond. Paid rent myself, which was a huge unexpected expense, and after that I decided I was done. I texted her over the course of May and June asking her to move her stuff out. She didn't respond to me. Her mom kept promising me that her daughter would take care of it, but she never once got back to me. After July started, I recruited a couple friends to help me pack up the stuff in her room and donated most of it to Goodwill and the Salvation Army. I also asked the landlord to change the locks, which he did. The other evening, she finally shows up and is mad that the locks have been changed. I told her she's not living here and doesn't pay rent, so she has no reason to enter the apartment. She got even more upset and said that she was never moving out, she was just staying with him for the time being. She told me the situation didn't work out, so she planned to come back and live here again. I told her that she was already off the lease and it's my rental now. She started crying and said she had nowhere else to go, and I felt really bad. She asked if she could at least get some of her stuff. She needed some clean clothes and a shower. I told her that because she never told me she was coming back or made plans to move her stuff out, I donated everything that was in her room, unless it looked precious or expensive, and stored the rest in her closet. She completely freaked out and threatened to call the police on me. She was inconsolable. She cried about how I even donated her dead grandmother's wedding dress, which had been in a special
Ooh.
box somewhere in her room. Apologized profusely because I did feel really bad, but it all could have been avoided if she had tried to communicate with me. Am I the a-hole?
Okay, I got lots of feelings about this one. Hold up.
Hold on. They said they donated everything
Yeah,
except it looked precious.
unless it
I just
was yeah,
realized that.
unless it was precious or valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you didn't look through the stuff well enough.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
Well, I'd
if you
already looked at
saw
it.
a wedding dress, that's instantly going to the side.
Right. Obviously, like, a wedding dress is pretty obviously, like, something with some sort of
Oh my
sentimental
god.
value.
Oh,
So,
what happened?
what?
My Discord. Did my Discord just crash? Help.
I can hear you.
No, but my stream, like it ain't showing your screen. We're back.
Yeah. But yeah, like a wedding dress is something that's very like visibly like you're gonna look at that and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't donate this to someone. Like that that seems like a pretty obvious thing.
Also, I feel like you should have communicated more that like, hey, if you don't grab this, I'm donating it all because I'm not keeping it. Instead of just like, oh, you didn't respond. Okay, I'm just gonna donate it all without you knowing, and then
Did she? I thought it
whatever.
said texted her over the course asking to move her stuff out. What is it? Popcorn?
No, she
Hello?
never warned the
No,
roommate.
she never was like, hey, I'm gonna get rid of it if you don't
Hey.
like.
Yeah. Yeah, she asked her to move it out. It doesn't say that she asked. Yeah. So I don't. Oh, there's an edit. Okay, hold up. I don't think
Hold
this
up,
was
hold
here
up.
when Trevor and
There
I
was
read
an edit.
this.
No, it was.
Was it?
I think it was. Oh, never mind.
Edit.
No, it was not.
Edit. I told her by July I would start getting rid of things if she didn't plan to do it herself.
Oh.
Okay.
Where I live, a unit is considered abandoned once they vacate. Well, yeah, that's kind of how that works. Cost of items being donated will determine how long I need to store them before getting rid of them. You kept it for what, a month?
Yeah.
I'm sure a wedding dress costs a lot more than, like, here, I'm gonna donate
A
all your
month.
crap in a month.
Help.
What are.
Oh
Hello?
my god.
What is the stream? What, Cassie? What are you doing?
I'm scrolling?
It's breaking the stream for
Mm.
me.
A lot of people are saying not
Nah,
the a-hole, though.
No, I would say
I think
yeah.
I'm saying the a-hole, bro.
I think I'm going with everybody sucks. I think the roommate
I was
that
about to
like
say,
Yeah,
left
100%.
sucks for not communicating. But I think the roommate that just donated everything was just kind of like, I mean, yeah, I don't know, ma'am. That's
the real problem here is, yeah, just lack of communication, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say definitely the a-hole though.
Mhm. Yeah, I think
Yeah, that's the way
everybody
I'm leaning.
sucks for sure. Okay, next one. Would I be the a-hole if I? So this is like, would I be? It hasn't
Whoa.
actually happened yet. What did
Hold up.
this one I picked
Hold on,
because
I
the
read ahead.
title's insane. Would I be the a-hole if I, 26 male, tell my girlfriend, 23 female, that her alcohol-related Instagram stories turn me off?
Wait, okay, okay.
Before the story even starts, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say probably nah.
I'm
But it depends
gonna
on what
say,
your
yeah, I'm gonna
girlfriend
say
Hold
it
on, yeah, we
depends
need to
because if
do.
she's like out with her friends and just posts like a picture of her and her friends like out drinking,
Mm,
like okay.
we
Anyway,
need to do pregame bets for all of them.
or
I'm
pregame
50-50 on
assumptions,
this
that
one.
would be better.
I have no idea.
You said what?
50-50. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Surely gonna get flamed once I mention that before we even started dating, her Instagram was only ever full of pictures of her in bars and clubs. She did admit, though, that that phase of her life wasn't out of pure enjoyment, but mostly because it was a difficult time for her, and alcohol and partying were her outlets. She's aware it wasn't healthy, and when she found traveling to be healthier, that's what most of her socials were filled with. Thing is, we don't travel as often anymore due to bad weather. What?
Bad weather's not year round.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
bro,
don't
just
Oh
travel as
man,
travel.
it's
much, so
sunny
it's bad
outside.
weather.
Oh man, it's sunny outside. We can't travel.
Like, so, what I find off now is, though she doesn't drink out as often, when she does, she deliberately posts stories of her drinking or just pictures of alcohol bottles. And I wouldn't be so thrown off by it if it was one of the many themes of her social media presence. But man, if it's not posts of dates with me, it's posts relating to alcohol. Would I be the a-hole if I tell her it doesn't look good on me, on her, on us, that those are the only things she's ever public about on social media? That it's gonna come off like the only thing she wants projected to people is that she has a boyfriend and that she drinks alcohol often.
No, I'm saying not the a-hole here, bro. Like, all you're posting is your boyfriend and alcohol?
Yeah.
Aiden acts like that
Wait,
would be
hold on.
his social media.
All you're posting is your boyfriend and alcohol?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Nah, I mean, you got the right to tell her that.
yeah. I think that's
Because
that.
it's
I'm
not like.
really confused by this part though.
By what part?
This right here.
No,
Yeah, because that's
like,
not related at
I
all.
know. I'm like, you're saying
huh?
it doesn't look good on us, but then like this is a whole different thing. I feel
I
like
think that's more so like meant like turn him off of the relationship type of,
maybe. 'Cause I'm very
not like
confused.
the
I would
other
say,
type.
I would say yeah.
But
Completely unrelated to what y'all were talking about just now.
I'm gonna go
but no,
with
I mean it's not.
I don't know, cause again,
What else?
like he says before we even started dating, her Instagram was only
Mm,
ever pictures of her in bars and clubs. So it's like he kind of knew what he was getting into to begin with
Yeah.
as well, though. But at the same time, if like they tried to find another outlet, then I kind of get it where he's coming from. If he's like, we found this other thing that was way
hmm
healthier, and but also we don't travel as often anymore due to bad weather is weeping me out.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Like, bro,
it's
just go to a place where
sprinkling,
it's
we
sunny.
can't go. Like, like if you're talking like constant like hurricanes, tornadoes, like really bad weather, understandable. But of alcohol,
It
no.
Aiden,
Huh?
Aiden,
Oh, what are
alcohol
you talking about?
is a drug.
Alcohol is a drug.
Nah, but do like hard drugs instead of alcohol.
I would say like yeah, because why do they worry so much about if it looks bad on them?
Yeah.
Like
Are you reading the comment
that's
that I just
not
scrolled
that
down to?
important.
Because
No, that was my opinion like before you scrolled down.
okay.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I feel like here's the problem. I'm not the biggest fan of social media. I have Instagram. I mostly use it for scrolling through reels and like texting the two of you and
Spamming us with lizard reels.
spamming you guys with random lizard things and like
Mm-hmm.
but I think when it becomes like we're don't access my files, hello? When we're like in a time where people literally do that as their job. Like post their lives online as their job.
Right.
And I point I'm getting at is I feel like people put too much value on social media.
Yeah.
Go do what you're gonna do. Have a good time with your people. You don't need to be posting 24/7. I mean, I don't know, man. You're the a-hole. She's clearly not the woman for you if you can't handle her posts about alcohol consumption. Seems a little like you're trying to mold her into something she isn't. I can kind of see where that's coming
That's
from,
a fair
but
point.
he's
Yeah.
not saying like, "Hey, don't like." I don't know, because the way I feel like he worded it, it's not like he's like, "Hey, you can't do this." It's more of a,
Yeah,
"Hey,
he's not
here's
like
how I
being like,
feel about
don't do it.
this." Yeah, it seems more like a, "This is how I feel," not a, "You can't do this and what I say is final" type thing. So I don't know.
Help, my Discord broke again.
Yeah, these comments are essentially what it looks like, all saying the same thing. You knew that before you started dating. How she chooses to present her social media herself to the public is 100% her decision. It's valid. I don't know though. You would
This
be
one
the
I'm kind of in
a-hole,
the middle.
but you know that you started the post with "you'll get flamed." I don't know. I still think it's a 50-50. I think this
Yeah.
one's a lot like the last one in just communicate. Be like, here's
Yeah.
how I feel about it. Let's try and find something healthier. And if it doesn't work out from there, it doesn't work out from there. But like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, next one. I forgot I put this one in here. Am I the a-hole for convincing kids that I'm
Huh?
a real fairy?
Hold
Okay.
up. Pre-game predictions.
No.
I'm probably going no. Yeah.
No.
I think you read this one. Not like I think you read the title last time, and I think I said no. I
Yeah.
still think no.
Okay, so I, 22 non-binary, am a camp counselor for an aftercare/extended camp that runs until 6 p.m. for parents who can't pick up their kids who can't what? Can't pick their kids up when the day camps end at 3. What camp? Oh, okay. Camp itself is a combination of all the camps at my park district, so it's 8 K through 8th. This is weird. I can't read. Jesus.
Bro.
I dye my hair bright pink, and when it's freshly dyed, I ended up convincing a younger kid that I was born with pink hair. It's just a little bit that I do. Some kids believe me, some don't. Well, this kid believed me, and her mom even played into it when she came to pick her up. A few weeks later, the same girl asked me why I was born with pink hair. Told her it's because I'm a flower fairy. Right away, her and the other kids at her table light up, so I play into it. They ask me if I'm going to turn anyone into frogs, so I assure them that I promise my boss not to use my powers at camp. That's their main concern. Not, oh my god, fairies are
Yeah.
real. No, just please don't turn us into frogs. I also made up the excuse that I can't show my wings because they're hidden under my shirt and I can't alter my uniform. I'm not making up some crazy lie, I'm just coming up with excuses to keep the magic. Honestly, I'm just doing what those birthday princesses do. While the campers are having a blast, thinking that their counselor is a fairy, my coworker seems a bit displeased. She said I shouldn't be lying to the kids and that I should stop. She's making it seem like I'm an a-hole for making up some elaborate lie. She thinks the lying is wrong and that I shouldn't fill the kids' heads with lies like this. In her words, you're at camp, not Disney. I wanted to keep up the bit because the kids seem to really enjoy it. But if this really is making me an a-hole, I know I should stop.
Nah, you're.
No, the coworker's an a-hole.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say the
agree.
coworker is like
I mean,
very rude
yeah.
about the situation.
Ask that coworker if she has any kids and if her kids believe in Santa Claus. And leave it at that. Because
Fair point.
if she's sitting here talking to her kids about Santa Claus, why can't you tell the kids that you're a fairy?
Also, why you got beef with Disney, bro?
Nah, Santa's real.
You're at camp, not Disney. Yeah, I mean, I don't think telling a kid that you're a fairy isn't gonna harm the kid in any way. It's all fun and games. Plus, in
Yeah, it's
kindergarten,
true.
kids are like, I don't know how old kids are in kindergarten. None of us have
Like
been in kindergarten in
Like
forever.
4 or 5.
six.
Hold on.
Hold up.
Hey, how old are kids in kindergarten?
Probably
5.
like 5.
5.
Like 5, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been
cause
told
I was
5.
cause I was 6 in the first grade. Cause
Yeah.
that's when we moved.
Well, you were 5 turning 6, but yeah. Yeah. I think it's completely harmless. It's not gonna hurt the kids. It's not. It's the same as telling them about the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus, except for they actually see you and think that you personally are the fairy, but I don't. I think this one's
Yeah, it's like a
dumb.
mall Santa,
Yeah.
but like at a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camp,
camp.
Camp Mall Santa.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I just thought that the title of this one was silly, and so I threw it in here because I was like, where? Okay. This one I put in here because Aiden's roughly the same age as the person in this story, and so I'm curious to get his
Girlfriend.
perspective on this. He's only a year younger than this person in the story. Well, not even, like 6 months younger than the person in the story. So I wanted to get his point of view.
Ooh, his title is ooh.
What?
Am I the a-hole? My girlfriend gave my baby photos to people I don't like so they could put it on a senior year baby photo wall.
Ugh.
Initial thoughts?
I'm going. You're not the a-hole, cause like, yeah, nah, I wouldn't want that to happen.
My thing is like, if someone asked me, like, hey, we're doing a senior year, like, baby photo wall, I'd be like, sure, here's a picture of me as a baby. But to just take a picture, like, a baby photo of someone who's not you or not a family member and be like, here, put this up
That's true,
for
yeah.
this person seems a little strange. Okay.
I'd say not the a-hole.
Oh wait,
No.
I read this wrong.
Hmm.
I low-key thought bro was having a baby. Hold up, okay. Never
What?
mind. Hold up.
What?
The
Definitely read
situation
that wrong.
changed.
Hey, I just thought that we were talking about a whole different kind of story here.
I thought the senior and the girlfriend were having a baby, and
In
then
that
like
case,
she
I would
was
be more
handing out like
inclined.
baby photos.
In that case, I would be a little more inclined to side with her. Because if she wants to be like, here's, look at my baby, then I'd be like,
But
okay.
I also feel like that's weird, bro.
I think it's
Like
weird
just
too,
handing
but I
out
mean,
baby photos to
if it's the
strangers.
people she knows, well, I mean, I figure
But
these
it's
are
people
probably
he doesn't like
people she goes to.
though.
But maybe, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm, I mean, I'm trying to think in like perspective wise. I why are we talking? This isn't even the like actual thing.
Yeah, let's lock in and talk about the
Okay.
actual prompt. Okay,
Anyway.
so baby photos of him when he was younger.
Yes.
Not okay.
Am I
Fucking
the a-hole? I, 17 male, was walking to our senior year study area where I saw my baby photo up on a wall amongst other students without my permission. This comes a couple days after I specifically said no to the people making the list to put my photo up there. My girlfriend, 16. What? I'm assuming
Wait,
that's
hold
supposed to
on.
be an S.
Second.
That caught me really off guard. My girlfriend, 16 female, I'm assuming is what that's supposed to say, put my baby photo up on that wall without my permission. This obviously made me upset, and I quickly called her and expressed my frustration. She then decided to hang up in my face without saying a word. My friends who saw it
huh?
happen say I'm in the right, but I really don't know. She gained access to my photos through my mom a while back, so she could make me a scrapbook for our 1 year anniversary. According to her, she didn't know that I had said no to it, and conveniently, the people making the list didn't tell her. The reason I didn't give my permission is that I am not the most liked person at my school because I'm weird and autistic.
Okay, well,
That's a crazy way to word that. We're not laughing at the fact that this person said they're autistic. We're laughing at the wording of it. It has nothing to do with the fact that they may actually be autistic. It's also worth it to mention that when I had a chat to her about it, she only said sorry after I asked her to, and that she was very upset with me that I had gotten that I what that I one gotten
uh,
advice from the other
oh, okay.
that I one gotten advice
You got
show.
advice from the Am I
Yeah,
the A-hole
gotten
Reddit
advice
without
from the other
fucking.
Am I the a-hole subreddit, and also that I hadn't said hello or anything or asked how her ankle was going during her basketball camp. What?
Brother, okay.
Where did this come
What?
from?
Listen, y'all women are a complicated species.
I agree with that.
Cause, huh?
I don't know. I don't think.
I just think doing that without their permission is just weird, bro.
I think it's weird,
Yeah.
but I don't know that
Like, I
that's
don't care if
necessarily
y'all are
her fault.
together.
I don't know that that's her fault though, because if she said that they didn't tell her that he had already said no,
Nah, you know what? I
but for her to
disagree.
hang up in his face and then to
Yeah,
like get mad about him being like that part of it is weird to me.
Wait,
they've been.
Unless he was being a
did she
complete
ask if
unless he was being a
what?
No, she
complete
just did it
a-hole on
without
the phone.
asking, bro.
She did it without asking?
Yeah, she just put it up there, which is why I'm mostly disagreeing with you, Cassie. I think it's her fault.
I don't know.
I'd say it's both
Huh?
her
Hold on.
and like the group of people.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
Mhm.
what does the boyfriend do, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, next one. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot about this one. I found this one just yesterday and holy
Huh?
crap. Okay,
I want to
am
say
I the
yes.
a-hole?
I'm already
So
saying
Am I
far,
yes.
the
yes.
am I the a-hole for clearing out my ex-boyfriend's childhood room in the home where he grew up?
Cassie, pregame predictions.
You both said yes. I also
Yeah.
think yes, but
More.
because I read this whole thing, it gets so complicated. Moved in with my significant other of 2 years after my pay was reduced in February due to everything that's been happening, and it didn't make financial sense for me to live in my own apartment anymore. My significant other asked me to move in with him, so I took up his offer. My significant other is my ex boyfriend's dad, and I'm now living in the home where my ex boyfriend grew up.
Uh,
That's why I said this gets really complicated.
uh,
First paragraph and yes.
Yep.
Why are you
You're
dating
the
your
a-hole for dating
ex-boyfriend's
your
dad?
ex-boyfriend's dad. I
yeah,
don't
bro,
need
that's
anything else.
mad
That
weird,
is
bro.
enough for me to be like, what are we doing? My ex doesn't visit the house at all. I suggested to my significant other that we should move everything out of my ex's childhood room and let me use it to store some of my stuff and let me use it as my personal office / lounging room. My significant other agreed. So I boxed up everything in my ex-boyfriend's childhood room and moved them to the garage, including the furniture. I've redecorated the room and made it mine. Before I even moved his things, I emailed my ex about this and told him he could come by and take a look at what he wants to keep and or sell and or donate. After not hearing from him for 3 weeks, today he texts me calling me all sorts of names for clearing out and taking his room.
You emailed him?
Also, yeah, email
That
is
was
the
my thing. I
worst
was
way to
like,
try to reach someone, bro.
I was like, okay, I understand if they're not on speaking terms or whatever, because I would probably not be on speaking terms with an ex either if that was who they were now dating. Like, absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
But nah, he
so I
texted
was
her,
like,
bro.
yeah, and then he texts her, so I'm like, unless you like
Yeah,
unblock
nah, you're
phone number
automatically the
to
a-hole for
text, but
using
I'm like,
email, bro.
I'm really trying to be sensitive and nice here, but he's making this very difficult with his rage-filled outbursts and texts. My significant other and I are giving him a year to clean out his childhood stuff from the garage before I donate everything. Neither my significant other nor I feel clearing out his room was inappropriate, but my ex is just melting down in a tantrum-filled rage. Why does my ex feel like he owns his childhood room when he doesn't even visit? It's very sad and bizarre. This feels so what's the word I'm looking for?
Fake.
No, the way that she
What's it?
talks about her ex
Like,
seems
yeah,
so
she's talking
mean.
down on him while, like, yeah,
Yeah.
He's melting down, he's throwing a tantrum filled rage.
biased,
Like
I guess,
that
would be
seems
the way to say that.
calling him sad and bizarre and then like it's everything about this feels so weird.
I want to see if
Also,
anyone
yeah,
has
just
mentioned the
don't date
email.
old men, bro.
Yeah, don't date your ex's dad. Simple as that. Like
Yeah, hold on, scroll down. I want to see these comments, bro.
oh my god, you're the a-hole for so many reasons. Well, you just gloss over the fact that your significant
Mhm.
other is your ex's dad is pure am I the a-hole gold. Thank you for this book.
Yeah.
You're the a-hole, you left your ex-boyfriend for his dad, then moved into his house and decided to clear out your ex's room. I hope this is fake. Me too.
W first sentence.
You were the a-hole, you're banging his dad, moving into his childhood. No! Where'd it go?
Oh, you
Oh,
broke it. It
Banging his dad,
minimized.
moving into his childhood house, and clearing his room out and donating everything he can't fit in his place. This almost has to be a troll with the amount of time deafness. I love the I'm being so patient with him line. Damn, this post is a train wreck. Yeah, everything about this does not. This is a whole new twist on evil stepmom.
oh wait, the one below that mentions her emailing him.
You're the
Yeah,
a-hole, you have
bro.
no claim to that house, you're the girlfriend, not a spouse. Okay, Dr. Seuss. You shouldn't be the one contacting your you shouldn't be the one contacting your ex about moving things in his dad's house. His father should. Also valid. Why are you texting
Yeah,
your
like,
ex being like, "Hey, we're getting rid of your stuff," and your dad's not? Although I guess he's
yeah,
probably not on speaking terms with his dad either if he's dating his ex. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
also, if you have his phone number, why in the world would you email him instead of calling or texting? Not even going to talk about how you decided dating your ex's father wasn't going to cause issues in the future.
Yeah, no, you're just a terrible person, Loki.
Everything about this is just like
Mainly for
it's
using email, and then
insane.
secondly for dating the father. But mainly for the email, bro.
Yeah, you're the
Look
a-hole
at the
for
comment
countless
below that
reasons.
one.
Yeah, I saw that. What did he do that was so bad you actually had to go F his dad? How in the world did you get with your ex's dad? Was there at least a few years and other relationships between one and the other? What's the age difference between all players here?
That's a valid question too.
Oh, she
Talking any
deleted the
more about
comment.
my
Oh, never mind.
no, hint here. She deleted her friggin' profile. Talking any more about my relationship with my significant other is just sensationalizing and not really relevant to the actual question. Just look at the comments here.
Nah,
It's
it's
absolutely
relevant
100% relevant. Oh,
because
what
it
do you
it
mean?
it has to do with your character.
I want to see that. Oh my god, she responded to a ton of these. This is BS, right? Either way, you're the a-hole. No, I already packed up his stuff and moved them to the garage. I'm storing his belongings there until he decides what he wants to do with them.
401 downvotes is crazy.
Oh!
What?
Oh, the one above had 400 downvotes, bro. Oh wait, what?
That's
W.
insane.
Oh, the reply to that.
Yeah, I don't. This, like,
Yeah, I want to know if she cheated
don't
on her
communicate
ex
with
with
him
his
much, and
dad.
email was just the most convenient way. Dog, emailing someone is never the most convenient way of communicating.
She's
Once I
actually
get a red
brain dead,
receipt
bro.
from his email, freaking message him anywhere else and you'll get a red receipt. Oh, 5 years ago, maybe not. This is 5 years old. Holy crap. Okay, never mind.
5 years
No,
old. Texting wasn't even around 5 years ago.
What? Are you
Trevor, shut up. But still, like, don't communicate with him much, and email was the most convenient way. Email's never the most convenient way. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, you're just stupid. Like, I hate this.
Has ample space in his own home, just never claimed to. No, never bothered to claim his belongings. This is insane.
That kind of makes sense, though.
But
Yeah, it's only somewhat valid
But-
comment I've seen, but
But
still,
don't,
bro.
okay,
Well-
but also to message, like, after you've already changed the room, being like, hey, come, it's not a, hey, we
Yeah.
can keep your room here if you want to come visit. It's a, hey, we already changed it, just come get your crap. That's what seems really
Also,
weird
bro,
to me.
I'm sure you're the reason he ain't visiting anymore, bro.
Yeah, well, her and the
Valid.
dad, both. I would never want to visit that house if my dad and my ex were, like, together.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely not. So, just for so many reasons, you're the a-hole, the dad's an a-hole, the only one that's not is your ex-boyfriend. Simple as that.
Yeah, bro seems chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this one.
Forcing my diet. Oh,
You might be
yes.
a-hole for forcing my diet on my boyfriend. Instantly, my
Yes.
first thought is
Yes.
yes. Because, figure something
Oh.
out. Unless he's being, unless he's being well, no, because then it wouldn't be worded like forcing my diet on my boyfriend. So yeah, you are. And the fact
Yeah,
that they have the not the a-hole badge, it has me really confused. But we're gonna have to just.
Yeah.
I'm from France originally. Moved to the States almost 2
A-hole.
years ago.
So real.
Sorry.
So real.
Moved to the States almost 2 years ago. Now, for some reason, the food here makes me sick. Not in an ew, that's gross kind of way, but actually physically sick. That's not unheard of. It happens to a lot of people that move here or
But have
move
you thought
to
about not
other
eating it?
valid. Make
And
something.
then let your
Freaking
boyfriend chill, bro.
Go to the supermarket and buy some like chicken and cook it. You cannot tell me that nothing works. Except for, I guess, maybe that's her diet.
Yeah.
Unless her diet is, hey, we're only eating stuff that I cook. My body seems to struggle to digest it, whether it's takeout or fancy restaurant food. So it seems like she's mostly talking about eating out. Either I can't go to the bathroom for days or I'm violently vomiting. I tried dealing with it for months and months, but I started losing weight very quickly because I couldn't eat. I ended up developing a serious aversion to food, and my family recommended I go and speak to a specialist. I never had a problem back home, and I was terrified I was seriously ill. So I went to multiple doctors where I was poked and prodded, and I had multiple tests done. They all said nothing's wrong with me physically. I spoke to a dietitian, and he explained that my body's probably not used to the amount of salt and preservatives that are found in the food in the States. True. Please don't think I'm bashing the US. I love it here, and it's a great country. My diet. I mean, I think it's
A-hole.
fully valid. Go to any other country and look at, like, their foods or drinks or anything, and we put so much artificial crap in our foods here.
Yeah.
But that's why it tastes so good. Anyways, keep reading.
My dietitian recommended fresh and organic produce to see how my body coped, and to my delight, I improved. Good for you. I stopped vomiting, and I was able to start slowly putting weight back on. I started making meals from scratch and meal prepping to save time throughout the week. My dad is actually a chef back home, so he's more than happy to send me some recipes to keep my diet interesting. I made a delicious vegetarian lasagna from scratch and put it in the oven to cook. My boyfriend, American, came home after work and asked what was for dinner. I said I was making a veggie lasagna. He rolled his eyes and said he was sick of that organic crap and wanted a cheeseburger.
Oh.
The comment hurt. I made a real effort at meal
What?
times to keep it varied. What?
Huh?
What?
What are we doing?
What's
I don't know.
going
Trevor
on?
said what?
No, I didn't.
The comment
You
hurt.
did, bro.
Okay. Comment hurt. I made a real effort at meal times to keep it varied, so we're not always eating the same thing. I said I couldn't make one because I didn't even have any burger buns. He said it was unfair to make him eat my diet. I never realized he was opposed to it. He benefited from home cooked meals, and I had seen that his clothes were fitting him better. He had more energy, and he didn't sleep so much on the weekends, and I apologized and said I didn't mean to make him feel forced. Am I the a-hole for forcing my diet? That doesn't sound like she's okay, I understand the not
No,
the
not
a-hole
at
badge
all.
now, because it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're forcing the
Yeah,
diet.
all she said is we don't have burger buns. That's all she said. We don't have
Bro got
burger buns.
offended
He's
from the
like,
lack
that's
of burger
unfair.
buns.
You're the a-hole
Yeah, I
for
feel
not
like
buying
y'all just
burger
need
buns.
to like have separate
Communicate!
diets, bro.
So many of these Am I the a-hole
Yeah.
posts could be fixed with one conversation. Speak
And a
to your
cheeseburger.
people! And a cheeseburger. Okay. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister-in-law that nobody likes her?
The amount of abbreviations in this post already pisses me off.
Um. Yes, I would say yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
valid.
probably.
Because
It
also,
depends on like.
if she's your sister-in-law, obviously someone likes her. So,
Yeah.
Fair point. Yeah.
Also,
like,
like, I feel like if you're not directly related, you can't like make comments like that, like
Yeah.
non-seriously either.
mhm.
Like,
That
I
was a
can
weird way to
obviously
word
say no
that.
one likes Cassie because that
Okay, wow.
is true, but
Wow.
that was read.
Anyway, this weekend, my sister-in-law, 35 female, came over with my brother-in-law, 34 male, and their child. No, they're the a-hole. They have a child. Sorry, that was me. I literally just taught a
Yeah,
kids class tonight. Anyway,
I'm a
my,
kid.
my brother-in-law is my husband's, 44 male, little brother. So there's two separations. This isn't even like her husband's sister. This is,
Mm,
or like her brother's wife. This is her husband's brother's wife. There's
yeah, nah, bro.
multiple things
A-hole.
separating them. I've 39 female, been with my husband for almost 20 years. All my husband's family, other brother and parents, don't really like her. Is this confirmed or is this an assumption? She lives with my brother-in-law and his parents. He takes care of his elderly parents, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law have been wanting to kick her out for years. They never had the courage to do so because she has a child with my brother-in-law and she's not all there. This seems really judgmental. Okay.
This is confusing.
This brings me to what happened over the weekend. She wanted to come over with her family so she could change her mind because her grandmother recently died. What does that mean? What do you mean change her mind?
Like on whether or not she should be kicked out, I think is
No.
what she's getting at
She
there.
wanted to come over with her family so she could change her mind because her grandmother recently died. Clear her mind, maybe? Maybe that, like, I don't know. The wording of that's, I don't. My husband said yes, just so he could see his brother and our nephew. Again, I want to know if this is actually what these people said or if she's projecting. My husband said yes, just for the brother and our nephew. Oh, my mother-in-law and father-in-law don't like her, but like, has this been
Help
said?
Discord stream.
Has this been said, or are we making assumptions?
Probably not.
Nah, you're the a-hole for making chicken nuggets and fries at a family gathering, bro.
Stop reading ahead. What are we reading? She walks into my place like she owns the place and starts criticizing my dog, a tiny little Shih Tzu, for running up to her. I remind her not to feed the dog any human food because last time she gave our dog melted cheese because her grandma's dog eats human food. And go about making lunch for everyone. Okay. She criticized the lunch I
Why
made.
does
Taquitos and
I'll
homemade
continue.
salsa. Bro, if I showed up to someone's house and they
Goated
had taquitos
lunch.
and homemade salsa, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, it's a goated lunch.
Yeah.
And said she
But
didn't like eating
never mind.
food from other countries.
Might be racist. Let's continue.
Nothing from
W.
other countries? We're
Like,
in
bro,
America.
that's
I'm assuming we're probably in America.
you don't
Most
like.
of the food that we have here is not ours to begin with.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro. We got like the hamburger.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Okay, fine. I decide
Like
for
that's
supper I'm
literally
going
it.
to make chicken nuggets and fries because she's going to criticize everything I do. Even though my daughter had her friend over, I went easy with 10 mouths to feed. I had a quick errand to run and she wanted to join me. Fine. Okay, I'm tired of the fine period and that just being like it. She follows along, complaining the whole time because I was taking too long. No one asked you to come! Because I was taking too long to choose my olive oil and a few other things. Sure, why specifically olive oil, but whatever. She then starts asking me why I bought certain things. Because she's returning to her own house? I'm starting to think that this sister-in-law really just is a pain. So I told her that the next day I would be making Greek food, comfort food for me. She goes off on my Greek origins. I let it slide.
She might be racist. So, listen,
Possibly.
bro.
As I'm
Germany has a
making.
bad past. They have some goated food.
Aiden. Stop. As I'm making supper, she starts whining about how she misses her grandmother and how she's always screaming at my brother in law and their son. Let the girl miss her grandmother. You just said she died recently. Like, give her a break. Bro, I think about like if our grandmother were to die, I would have the worst time. I would literally not stop crying ever. Um, that's when I blew up at her while she helped herself to my alcohol, essentially telling her that nobody likes you in this family at all. Everyone just tolerates your stupid, pathetic. Oh, because you had a kid with my brother-in-law. As a sister-in-law, you suck. You've been with brother-in-law for over 10 years, and the only time you've ever paid attention to my family is when you got pregnant with his kid. You always complain about being broke, yet you're always buying junk off the marketplace and trying to borrow money from us. I've always thought you were the most pathetic person in the universe. It's not because you act like an idiot and claim to be mentally disabled that you are. You're just a fat, lazy
Oh,
F who can't get your act straight. Whew, that's a lot. Oh my god. That was a lot. My
dude,
brother,
I'm agreeing with the tag here. Everyone is stupid.
yeah, my brother-in-law didn't say a word as I blasted his girlfriend. He came up to me after and told me I was right about her and left it at that.
So then why you
Brother-in-law
married and have
sucks
a kid
too.
with her,
Yeah,
bro?
brother-in-law sucks too. When they left, my husband said I was an a-hole for telling her that nobody likes her. My in-laws said I was right. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for telling my sister-in-law that nobody likes her? Yeah, I think I agree. Everybody sucks.
Yeah, y'all just got issues, bro.
Yeah. Comment, everybody sucks here. Your sister-in-law sounds like an extremely unpleasant person to be around, and definitely an a-hole for insulting your origins and your food and your shopping. But you went nuclear, and that was also an a-hole move. Brother-in-law agreeing is also terrible. If he feels that way, he needs to break up with her and deal with child support. Exactly.
Exactly, bro.
Everybody sucks here. She doesn't sound fun, but you said some hurtful, super hurtful things. Lazy F, pathetic person, and so on. Also, it's clear that you hate her because you had a problem with her before she even did anything. Walked in like she owned the place. But also, I mean, yeah, what this person said in response, she's obviously been an issue for a while since she's been involved for 10 years. Things could have happened before. Like this
Yeah.
point of also it's clear that you just hate her is kind of like things could have happened before. I think I agree though.
Y'all just
Everybody just sucks
gotta
here.
y'all just
Yeah.
gotta I don't know
Mm.
what I was gonna say. Continue on.
Everybody sucks here. What you said had no correlation with what she was saying or doing. You just went fully nuts on her. Y'all seem like an exhausting family.
Yeah.
Agreed. Am I the a-hole for trying to make sure my girlfriend reached home safely?
First
Yes.
off, don't like the
I'm
way this is
kidding.
worded.
No. I think she read this one a few weeks ago,
I think probably, yeah. Hmm. Or no,
but
I
I
think
don't
I read the
remember what
title. I don't know
happened.
that I read the actual story.
No,
Maybe
you
I did.
did.
I think I might have. Um, to give context, my girlfriend
What's
works the
in
evening shift
Nutmilk?
from 7:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. and I drop her home every night since public transportation isn't safe at that hour. Definitely an American. It's currently 2:26 a.m. and I honestly can't process what just happened and if I was in the wrong. I got to the office at 1:25, 5 minutes before she gets off work, okay? And like usual, texted reached, but the text didn't deliver, and once I was in the parking lot, there was no reception. I'm never late, and if I ever am, I am informed beforehand, and that's only happened twice. I waited until 1:35 till I texted her on her network, I'm here, and that's when I got a bit of reception to get WhatsApp working briefly, to which I saw her calls and texts from 1:28 till 1:35. I informed her about the situation, but I was told to just leave and that she would call an Uber. I still, with that shoddy reception, kept trying to ask her to come, and all I got were shut up calls. I'm assuming that means that the call didn't go through?
Sure.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Still waited and still waited that she'll change her mind. Sure, and cancel the ride. At 1:45, she came to the parking lot and went straight out to her ride. I didn't get out and stop her. I didn't bombard her with calls or texts. I simply just decided to go behind the Uber and make sure that she gets home safe. Halfway through the route, I started getting bombarded with calls, which I didn't pick up since I was clearly offended and felt disrespected. Thereafter came the messages with profanities and telling me to F off. If I don't turn around, she'll block me and humiliate me. Still trying to process and comprehend what just happened.
Oh,
No, you're not the a-hole.
yeah,
I
nah,
get
she's
it.
just doing too much, bro.
Huh?
I said she's just doing too much, bro.
Yeah. The threatening to block him and like yeah, that's absurd. But also not picking up the call because you felt disrespected. Like again, I feel like this is one where just communicate with your partner. Just I understand she overreacted for sure, especially if he said, "Hey, by the way, my message isn't coming through." And but like if she's trying to call you, or let's say that, and I know that this is a stretch, I'm just giving a hypothetical here. Let's say that something weird happened in the Uber, she felt uncomfortable for whatever reason, and she's trying to call him, and he's not picking up just because he felt a little bit disrespected. If, if she needed something from him, and he was just kind of like, no, that's weird. But again, I know that that's like a stretch and a what if kind of thing, but I don't know. I think again, freaking communicate, please. Just
But yeah, I'm
communicate
going
with
on
your
the a-hole on
people.
this
I'm
one,
going
bro.
not the a-hole,
Yeah.
yeah, but just communicate with your people, both of you. So to recap, you were there on time at 1:30 in the morning just to pick her up. You had dodgy mobile reception. Ah! And she completely lost her crap. Is that accurate? If so, not the a-hole. You might be single, but to be honest, I'm not sure you should feel too bad about that. Your ex girlfriend is completely unhinged. Yes, all 3 points are accurate. I sent a picture of me driving and entering the building to a group chat in a different context. I even sent that to show I was indeed on time. Okay, that's weird. I'm not going to question why he's sending pictures of him entering a building to a separate group chat. Whatever. This is okay. These are the Reddit comments that I can't stand. To instantly go, bro, that wasn't an Uber, my guy. Like, why are we making assumptions? Just, sounds fishy. She didn't get your text, so instead of calling you, she called an Uber. Also, the Uber only took 15 minutes to get there at 1:30 a.m. Lastly, you didn't get a notification, text, or calls from her while you were in a better location. You only got calls from when you were following her. Story doesn't add up. Again, this whole thing feels really weird. She did call and text from 1:28 up till 1:32, but I didn't receive any of those until my phone connected at 1:35. Ubers here arrive within less than 6 to 7 minutes, even at this hour in I don't know where that is. I was engaged in a conversation after 1:35, and I told her I didn't have reception and that I've been here. I asked her to cancel the ride and come with multiple times. Where
Pakistan.
is this city? Hold up. I want to know where
It's
this is.
Pakistan. It's
Oh my
Pakistan.
god. And here I was going, they're definitely American. They are definitely not American. Yeah, I don't know. Everything about this feels really weird. On her part, not necessarily on his part, mostly on her part.
Yeah, no.
Not the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for choosing to have a birthday party for my daughter instead of going to my sister's wedding?
Yes. Instantly yes.
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
you're the
You can
a-hole
move
because
birthday
I can
parties, you
see
can't
the
move
way that you
weddings.
typed this out.
Mm.
Typing it all in one giant paragraph makes you the a-hole instantly.
Why my Discord queue broken? Without it's not English.
Am I the a-hole for choosing to spend my daughter's second birthday party? Second birthday? That kid's not gonna remember
Brother,
crap,
she ain't
man.
even gonna remember, bro.
At home instead of going to my sister's wedding that was planned 6 months in advance. My sister's
So
wedding,
you knew it was happening, okay.
yeah, my sister's wedding lives in Arkansas. Sure. And I live in California. She called me out of nowhere one day asking if I could be her
Wait.
bridesmaid and if my daughter
The
could be a
wedding
flower
lives in
girl.
Arkansas.
That took y'all so long. Literally sat here and went, okay, sure. And you guys just clocked it.
Bro, I was reading ahead.
I was not reading ahead. I was just listening, but I didn't hear wedding for
She called me out of nowhere one day asking if I could be her bridesmaid and if my daughter could be a flower girl. The wedding was set out to be in a year out and some change. Okay. But less than a week later, she changed the date to 6 months out the day before my freaking learn how to use a comma, please. I can't do this. But less than a week later, she changed the date to 6 months out, the day after my daughter's birthday, which she knows because our daughters are an exact week apart. I told her I didn't know if we could do that, and she said she can help pay for our tickets. And then when I told her the price, she said she'd only pay for my ticket. I don't even like taking money from my family because it's something they used to hold over my head. She called me and we talked about the money stuff, and I told her what my money situation is with cut hours at work and it being a slow season for my husband's job. She told me that 6 months is plenty enough time to save up money to go all the way out there, since we would have to take time off work, and he doesn't get vacation pay since he works for a family-owned business, and my job doesn't offer. Good God, I can't read this crap, man. My job doesn't offer vacation pay. Mind you, my sister married into old money, and she makes over $100K a year with her corporate job. There were many conversations throughout trying to make my and my husband's decision on what to do. My sister completely forgot that she asked if my daughter could be her flower girl with my daughter. What? If my daughter could be her flower girl with my daughter, and when I told her, she said she didn't remember saying that. Then she also told me I could pick my bridesmaid's dress since it was a low-key kind of thing, and then doubled back and said wouldn't be fair to the other people in the wedding party. After multiple ridiculous oh my god. After multiple ridiculous, we decided not to go. Sure. She lives in a complete other state, and my side of the family doesn't see my daughter enough for them to be comfortable around them. What? Why would I go to a wedding and put my daughter through all that stress and not let her be with her actual family on her birthday, where we can
She's
all love her on her
2.
special day and throw the best party for her, since I never got
She's
that
not
as a
even 2,
kid?
she's 1.
Bro, you wouldn't remember if you got that as a kid.
So am I the a-hole for choosing to stay home and have a birthday party for my 2-year-old daughter instead of going to her wedding across the U.S.? Yes. Like,
100%.
it's a 2-year-old. They're not gonna remember anything. And to say, oh, we don't see that side of my family a whole lot, so my daughter's not comfortable with them. Here's a way to fix that. You're literally saying, oh, she's not comfortable with them. Let's continue to keep her away from them. Like, that's not gonna fix anything.
She's not comfortable with them. She's 2, she doesn't care.
Yeah. First comment, let's not conflate the two issues. Your daughter will be 2. She will not remember this birthday, nor care which day the party's on. You can hold it any time, so don't use it as an excuse to not go to your sister's wedding, because it's a lame excuse. If you don't want to go due to financial constraints or the other litany of issues you listed off, then be honest with yourself and your sister and give the real reasons. You would not be the a-hole if you were honest. You would be the a-hole if you use your daughter's birthday as an excuse.
That's valid.
Yeah, this is... You're the a-hole, you've written so much and it's to make excuses, but your sister didn't do anything wrong. You said you would go, you're not even having to pay for your own ticket, and now you're backing out. It's your daughter's 2nd birthday. She's not gonna care if you celebrate a few days earlier or later. It's a pity she won't get to be a flower girl. It sounds like your sister changes her mind and doesn't want to say that, but it's not bad enough thing to do to skip the wedding. It's pretty shocking that your sister wants you to be there to the point that she is willing to pay for you, and you're still complaining ungraciously and messing her around. You sound like hard work. Yeah, your sister is literally saying, hey, I want you at my special day so bad that I am willing to pay to fly you out. And you're gonna sit
They're
here and
like,
be like,
nah, my 2-year-old.
well, then she makes a whole fuss of where I can't even freaking find it because it's not in paragraphs. Mind you, my sister's married into old money and makes over $100K a year. You're sitting here being like, my sister wants me there so bad that she's willing to pay for my ticket, and you're still being like sitting here being like, oh, she's got the money, why can't she do more? That's almost what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, you're the a-hole for so many reasons. You're treating your sister like crap. You're trying to the kids too.
Bro,
Freaking
you
give
could
them
just
like
not throw a birthday party and
literally
bro
they
would not
wouldn't
remember.
know. Okay. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding because I never got my dream wedding?
What?
Title alone, I am
Okay.
way inclined to say yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds petty. That sounds petty, bro.
Right.
Like, that's insane. All while growing up, my parents would talk. What? All while growing, my parents would talk up mine and my. Okay. Instantly, you're the a-hole. Your grammar sucks. All while growing, my parents would talk up me and my sister's wedding. That makes it sound like you're marrying your sister. Sorry, hate to break it to you, fix your grammar. They said that their wedding was by far one of the best days of their lives, and they wanted to be able to give that to their kids. So all this time while growing up, they had binders, savings accounts, purely to plan our dream. No matter the cost, we would enact our visions. Your grammar sucks. Fast forward to last year when me and my now wife were engaged, and I can to my parents to be. I'm gonna
Oh,
start
your
screaming. You're
grammar
the
is really
a-hole. You
bad.
can't freaking spell. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying this because the person in that other story you said was from like Pakistan, and so this could very well just not be someone who's American.
Hold up,
And
I
I'm sitting here
specialize
making
in this
fun of them.
type of English. I got you.
Fast forward to
Continue on.
last year when me and my now wife were engaged, and I can to my parents begin planning the wedding. They sat me down and explained that COVID and the economy in recent years has disrupted business quite badly, and things weren't looking great, and they wouldn't be able to afford it. I was heartbroken, but I understood, and we instead had a low-key affair. Does not sound the way you want it to,
Hold on,
bud.
what?
Fast forward to yesterday after my little Fast forward to yesterday after my little sister got engaged. My family and my wife and her fiance went out to celebrate, and the topic of the wedding came up. My mom pulled out the binder and started talking up her wedding, talking about all the extravagant things they would do. I didn't say anything, but I slowly kind of realized that it didn't really make sense that they could afford her wedding and not mine. This was 2 weeks ago, mind you. This was
Yeah.
posted 2 weeks ago. Um, if you got married, oh, to last year. Okay, so it's been a year
Yeah.
though. And I don't know what these parents do, but like if they I'm assuming they probably own their own business because it says in recent years has disrupted business quite badly. So maybe they own their own business, which would make sense for being able to afford something. But I'm like, dog,
But COVID stopped being an issue in like 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
yeah, but what they're
2024
saying
was like gone.
But what they're saying is that they explained COVID and economy in recent years disrupted the business. So I can kind of
Um,
see how like that would make it to where they weren't making as much money like during COVID and then had to
yeah.
use the money that they had saved up and like didn't have money saved up anymore. Is kind of what I'm getting from it, but I don't know. But yeah, didn't make sense that they could afford her wedding and not mine. When we got home, I confronted my mom and she kind of dodged it and went, maybe it's for the best you had a more intimate wedding considering the circumstances. I asked what that meant, and she shrugged me off. When my sister approached asking me if I'd like to be her maid of honor, I flat out told her I wasn't going to her wedding and explained why. She got upset and told me that I wasn't making her day about me and to grow up. And honestly, at this point, I do feel like an a hole, and she now refuses to speak to me. Am I the a hole? That's not your sister's fault.
For me, yeah, bro. Like, yeah,
Everybody
that's a thing
sucks.
between you and your mom.
Trevor. Yeah, I don't think the sister did anything wrong. All she did was be like,
No.
"Hey, would you like to be my maid of honor?" And you turn around and went, "I'm not going to your wedding because our mom didn't give me money for mine." That seems weird.
Yeah, bro. Just like,
I think your mom probably sucks, but I also
but
think
yeah,
that
that
you suck
shouldn't
for
be like
taking it
something that
out
your
on
Wait.
the wrong
sister has to
person.
deal with.
Also, though, I didn't clock this until just now. Sister approached asking if I'd like to be her maid of honor.
Yeah, bro.
But up here it says, when me and my now wife.
Yeah, I was about to like.
Probably
I was
So
thinking
lesbian.
about that. Are they?
I'm wondering if it's two
The
women
parents are
and
homophobic.
maybe that plays a role in the whole thing. But again, I don't want to make assumptions like that because that very well might not be the case. Or maybe the sister just used the term maid of honor and this is a guy and she just wanted him to. Oh! I scrolled down and saw the edit. Okay,
Uh,
edit. People are telling me to add that my sister refused to be my maid of honor because she didn't feel comfortable as it's important to the context. I mean, she said she didn't want to be the maid of honor. Maybe she didn't want to be standing up in front of people like that. I kind of get that as someone who does not thrive in a big, like, social setting. So I kind of understand that. But if your sister still went to the wedding, you're sitting here and being like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're being like, I'm not even going. Okay, this is the edit that I saw that I was like, okay, clocked it. For those wondering, I have
Okay, yeah,
now
she's
flat out
gay.
asked my mom if it's because I'm gay that I didn't get the wedding. She told me not to play the gay card and that I'm not adult enough to understand that they simply could not at the time. Then maybe they shouldn't leave the family business to me. My sister also said she felt uncomfortable with the idea of managing my big day with me already upset. So yeah, your sister's saying, hey, I didn't want to be the bridesmaid because that was a lot of pressure when you were already upset and I didn't want to, like, have that huge burden. I understand that sister's point of view very well. I am someone who
Yeah,
does
bro,
not
just
thrive
Yeah.
under I literally crumble under the slightest bit of threat or not threat,
yeah,
hello.
bro, we know.
Slightest bit of stress. I literally someone could look at me the wrong way and I will start panicking thinking of everything I've ever said to them in my life and thinking if I've done them wrong. So, I kind of
Real.
understand the hey,
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
you're stressed out. I don't want to be the one in charge of everything, because that's gonna make me feel stressed out. So I understand where the sister's coming from, but for you to just be like, I'm not going to your wedding because mom and dad suck. It's like
That's a mom and dad thing, bro.
I fear that they're the a-holes for missing the homophobic, bigoted point. Only not the a-hole that your parents refused to give you your dream wedding, and shame on your sister for glossing over that part just because she's getting hers. That's not okay.
That's
No.
not her problem, first of all.
Yeah, that's not the sister's fault. This is insane. I think the original post could have been a bit clearer that the parents refused to fund a same sex marriage. This isn't just a matter of favoritism, which would also be bad, of course. And then this person says, not gonna lie, at first I was in the you're the a hole camp until I realized OP was a woman. Must suck to have a homophobic mother and sister. Where did it say the sister
Where
had
was the
anything to do
sister
with
homophobic, bro?
giving homophobia and using COVID as an excuse? I don't think the sister did anything wrong.
No.
Nah.
Like, yeah, I don't think it's a problem with the sister. I think it's a problem with the parents, and I think that you are kind of an a-hole for pinning it on your sister. Because that, yeah, it seems effed up to pin it on the sister and not just the
Yeah.
parents. Your parents
Right.
probably suck from what I'm hearing, but for for your sister, I don't think she did anything wrong. If she wasn't comfortable being in charge of your big day or whatever, I totally understand. That's a lot of pressure to put on someone, especially if you've made it clear, hey, I'm already not happy with how this is turning out. And now you're like, hey, but help me make this crappy thing just a little bit less crap. Like, uh, I kind of feel a little bit bad for the sister in this one.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
lock him.
Am I the a-hole for letting my boyfriend tell a friend to find her own ride home from the beach?
Depends.
Depends. I think if he drove her there and is like, oh, peace out, you're on your own, that's kind of crappy.
No,
But
I think.
also, I don't know. I
I
think it
mean, it's
depends.
fine, even if he didn't drive her there, bro. Like, if her ride left,
Right.
there's no problem with him giving her a ride, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Depends. Why did he tell her to find her own ride? Let's find out.
No.
Took a friend to the beach after she'd been begging to go. She brought no money, ate our food, drank my alcohol, then disappeared to make out with two random guys.
W.
And there
Crazy start.
it is. We stopped our day to look for her, made eye contact, and got ignored. She has a pattern of flaking, mooching, and crossing boundaries like commenting on my looks, smacking my butt, and getting upset when I didn't want her sleeping in my bed. My boyfriend's always been uncomfortable with how clingy she is with me. Tell your boyfriend that he needs to man up. I think if my boyfriend looked at me and said, I feel threatened by your female best friend, I would be a little weirded out by that. I'd be like, bro, what's up with that? When she finally showed back up, he told her she could ride with the guys she was with since she clearly wasn't with us. She started crying, and he still told her she could ride back with us, but it's not fair for her to disappear and treat us like a free ride. She chose to leave and turned her
Okay.
location off. Now she's acting like we abandoned her. Am I the a-hole, or we rather? No.
No, not at all.
It even says he, where is it? She started crying, and he still told her she could come ride back with us. So he was like, oh no, like, I was just kind of pointing out, like, you could ride back with those guys if you chose to, like, and then,
Yeah,
but
and then
he
she
still was
left.
like, no, like, seriously though, you can get in the car, and she was like, no,
You know,
I don't
she
think,
like
no.
y'all. Yeah.
Also, I'd be really annoyed if my friend was like begging me to go to the beach with her and then ditched me. I'm like, I'm not here for me, I'm here for you, and you ditched. You ate all my food, brought no money to do your own stuff, drank all my alcohol, and then just ditched to go make out with two random guys. Like, we're not
Still the
doing
funniest
that.
part.
Like, yeah. Did no one read the whole post? OP and her boyfriend took it back and said they'd give her a ride. They just found what she did that day to be crappy. In response to being told her actions sucked, she left and turned location off, which meant OP could not find her. That's pretty much her decision at this point, as OP had already spent a decent part of the day looking for her, and OP called her to make sure she had ended up home safe. Where does it say she called? It doesn't say she called. Where did that come from? Maybe one of the comments. I don't know.
Probably one of the comments. Yeah.
Not the a-hole, why are you friends with this person? She was there for me at a really rough time in my life in a city where I knew no one, but she slowly changed over time. I hate when people do that. Why are you friends with this person? Well, they were always there for me. If they're not, if if they're taking advantage of you like that, it's something needs to change. Oh, OP left a comment on their own thing. I had a big interview the next day, and since he's driving his car, he said, maybe you should catch a ride with the dudes you gave all our drinks to. She teared up. We asked her to stay, but told her she was an adult and should make her own choice. The wording of that was really weird. I don't know what any of that means. I'm assuming that means, like, hey, I have to go. Like, we have to go home. You
Yeah.
decide what you want to do. And in that case, again, you're not the a-hole. You said, hey, I have important stuff going on. We gotta go home. If you choose to stay here, that's on you. Oh, he offered and I called to make sure she got home safe, and she was. So, okay, there it
Okay.
is. There were a couple more that I found yesterday that I wanted to read. Because some of these are also
Yeah,
pretty
some
crazy.
for some more. Ah.
What?
I said, yeah, I still got time for some more.
Yeah. I think I only have 4 more right now, so, and I think most of them are
Okay.
pretty short, so. Am I the a-hole for saying I told you so when my boyfriend got beat up by my ex?
Oh, we can't see.
Oh!
Wait, what?
I forgot, hold on. I gotta change, hold on, we're gonna go to Opera GX, and go to that. Because I think I gotta change it on Opera, or not Opera GX, OBS, Jesus, as well. There we go.
And on Discord.
I'm bad. I know.
Help!
Okay, fine.
Help
Working
me!
on it.
No.
Help!
And then
Ah, the Discord chat got leaked. All our slurs.
Oh, did it?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I have streamer mode on, so it's not like they can actually see
Oh.
any of this stuff. Get off PVZ, bro.
Hold on, I'm busy.
There we go.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, my Discord automatically covers with just a black screen. So,
Mine doesn't.
okay. Am I the a-hole for saying I told you so when my boyfriend got beat up by my ex?
Yeah.
Hold
I
on,
ended things with my ex a year ago and have been dating my boyfriend for 6 months. My ex, during this time, has refused to move on and basically has repeatedly sent me flirty texts until I blocked him, as well as hitting on me in person, blatantly in front of my boyfriend, too. I've told him multiple times that I'm not interested and that I love my new boyfriend, but he has persisted. That sounds like an ex problem at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
see how this turns into saying I told you so to the boyfriend. This has led to my boyfriend wanting to fight him. There it is. For disrespecting you and I in our relationship. I always told him that this wasn't a good idea because violence is not the answer, but the real reason is half that and also half because I know my ex would beat him in a fight. My ex trains in the gym a lot and also does multiple martial arts, whereas my boyfriend isn't really into fitness and is very skinny. That would be like me trying to fight Aiden. um, he finally told me last week that he's going to find my ex at a party that they'll both be at this past Saturday. I begged him not to go and told him bluntly that he will lose and make himself look bad. uh, he responded saying that he's a lot bigger than my ex. He is quite tall and my ex is average height, so he'll be fine. I repeatedly warned him, but he brushed it off. Lo and behold, exactly what I said happened. And he ended up losing, although he wasn't hurt too badly aside from his ego. He came to me upset and expected sympathy, but I just felt irritated and said that I had told him exactly this would happen, and he chose not to listen. He's angry at me for being unsupportive, but I feel like I tried to warn him. Am I the a-hole? No, your boyfriend's
You
stupid.
try. You did warn him.
Yeah. You, you literally said, hey, just so you know, you're
Nothing.
gonna lose, and he is now mad that he lost.
Also, bro, if
Oh.
you're trying to fight someone who knows multiple martial arts, you're automatically
Also,
you're
how old
cooked,
are these people?
and
Because,
you don't do
literally,
anything.
first thing. Okay, I said, how old are these people? Scroll down, lol, how old are you guys? OP says
Sounds
high
like they're
school.
like,
That makes so much more sense.
yeah, I was about to say it sounds like
Yeah.
16.
Are you guys like 15, 17? That makes so much
That
more
makes sense.
sense. Think you're fine? You repeatedly warned him not to, and he went ahead anyway. If I tell you 5 times not to put your hands in the fire and you go ahead and do it, ain't my problem. Exactly, yes. He's not a child, and he should be able to understand all the concept. Well, he is technically a child, but,
Yeah,
we'll
but
just ignore that. But, yeah. Second, I was like, okay, he's angry because he lost a fight, and also is fighting someone for hitting on his girl. Like, I instantly knew this was going to be some high school story. This one I found yesterday, and I
dude,
think the
why is this
title's
one so
quite
long,
crazy.
bro?
Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter-in-law that I will never be her mother and to leave me alone?
Yes.
Shit, so far, yeah, bro.
I think it's crazy. This is mostly about my daughter-in-law, Kat. Her mother ran out on her when she was a child, and she went into foster care. Good God. Okay. According to my son, she's
Okay.
currently seeing a therapist.
If it's like biological mother, like for telling the daughter-in-law that she's not the biological mother, no, not the a-hole. Because I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I almost spilled my popcorn.
Sound like you almost just drowned.
I did in popcorn.
Okay, my issue with Kat is that she has repeatedly stomped on my boundaries. She's a very touchy person, and she refuses to call me by my name and only refers to me as mom. I correct her every time since I'm not comfortable being called mom by her and want her to use my name. There have been multiple times where she's asked inappropriate questions, mostly about why I'm not close to my own mother. I don't think that's really necessarily wrong to do. Like, I understand,
No.
yeah, that's kind of like if it's a really touchy subject and you've been like, hey, I don't really want to talk about it. But also, like, she also doesn't know her mom and might just be curious as to whether it's like a similar type of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just looking for someone to
Bless you.
relate to. Thank you. For context, my mother was horrible. Kat keeps pushing for details and insists I should get closer to her because family sticks together. She basically tells me to forgive my mom, and she doesn't understand not being close with one's parents. That's ironic coming from someone who doesn't have any of their own. Sorry,
Pretty
that was
sure
me.
she does understand that.
Yeah. I've told her to drop the topic multiple times and she refuses. Because of all this, I'm not a huge fan of hers. I've spoken to my son about it, and he asked me to be patient. I've also talked to Kat multiple times and asked her to respect my boundaries. She always says that she will, but then goes right back to ignoring them. This is where I might be the jerk. My daughter, Sam, 20, and I are taking a weekend trip. Sam has a medical issue and needs to see a specialist a few states over. She hasn't disclosed the issue to the rest of the family yet. She plans to when she has a firm plan. Somehow, word about the trip got back to Kat, and she called me asking why she wasn't invited. I told her it's an important trip and not a fun one. She accused me of lying, claiming it was a mother-daughter trip and that she was excluded from. I told her again, this is not a girls' trip. She wouldn't let it go and started demanding that she come, saying that she's my daughter and needs to be there. I said no again. She kept insisting, saying I am her mom and she has to come on this trip since she is my kid. That's when I snapped. I told her I will never be her mother. Just because she married my son does not make me her parent. I told her to leave me
Oh.
the F alone, and that even if this was a mother daughter trip, she still wouldn't be invited because she isn't my kid. I then hung up. My son says I need to apologize and invite her. You don't need to invite her to crap. She's not entitled to that. That I am a huge a-hole to her, that I was way out of line and need to make it up to Kat. The situation has spread to the rest of the family, and everyone seems to have their own opinion. Sam is getting flack too, which isn't helping, especially since she doesn't want to disclose the reason for the trip yet. Am I being the a-hole and need to apologize, even though those are my true feelings on her trying to make me her parent? I think the way she went about it, wasn't great. But at the same time, like, her daughter-in-law's kind of acting like she's owed something here, and she's
Yeah,
not.
but at the same time, I don't think you should. I
I
don't
think
know, bro.
the I think the being like told her I'll never be her mother just because she married my son does not make me her parent. Like, leave me the F alone. That all kind of seems a bit harsh. But at the same time, if you've
Yeah.
been telling her this time and time
But
again, I kind of get it.
I thought the daughter-in-law was adopted. I didn't realize that.
No, she was in foster
Oh,
care.
that's why it says
Married her son,
daughter-in-law.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
thought it was the person married someone and it was their daughter
That would be a stepdaughter.
at first.
Yeah.
Same thing, bro.
Not the a-hole your daughter-in-law is trying to use you to heal her mother wound instead of trying to build a relationship with you organically. She sounds insufferable, to be honest. That's kind of valid, but at the same time, uh, I think the weird thing is Aiden and I have grown up in a family where our dad is very close to our grandmother, like our mom's mom. So, like, to us, it's always been, oh yeah, that's your family, that's my family too. And so, for like this perspective of being like, just because you married my son doesn't make you family, it seems a little harsh to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not the a-hole. You don't just have a daughter-in-law problem. You also have a son problem. He's clearly enabling whatever Delulu world she lives in, even forcing your boundaries. Block her number. Only communicate through your son. That's a bit harsh. Explain to your son that you're not required to ignore your boundaries to make someone else comfortable. True. That no is a complete sentence. Also true. You're not required to apologize for getting frustrated that she doesn't listen to your needs, wants, or boundaries. Half true. I think cursing her out and hanging up on her and being like, I'm never gonna be your mom is a little bit harsh, but also, yeah, like, she's clearly not listening the first couple of times that you said it. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think, like, not the a-hole, but a couple of a-hole tendencies. I think the lashing out was a little harsh, but other than that, daughter-in-law's not listening. You gotta make her listen somehow.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole? I chose this one for a very specific reason. Because I kind of relate to this one a little bit, which we'll get into after reading through. Am I the a-hole for questioning my cousin's choice to study medicine for being a fan of Grey's Anatomy? My younger
Yes.
cousin is in her senior year of high school, and
Hold
when we
on,
were
hold
talking
on,
about
hold on. Pre-game analysis, yes. Okay,
Like
continue.
100%.
my younger
It's not like
cousin is
the person studying medicine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because my cousin, yeah, okay. My younger cousin is in her senior year of high school, and when we were talking about her future college and career choices, she told me she wants to go to med school. I was a bit surprised because she had just previously told me that she's not interested in any related subject. She likes arts and history and seems to despise biological sciences. Same. So I kept asking what drew her to medicine, and she said she started thinking about it after binge watching Grey's Anatomy. So I said she should maybe do some extra research on the realities of med school and the medical field because Grey's Anatomy is fiction and not an accurate depiction of the profession and a doctor's life. I said this with good intentions, but she took it as if I was suggesting she was naive and misinformed, or trying to make her second guess her decision. Am I the a-hole for this? Thoughts?
No.
Before I
I
weigh
wouldn't
in with my
I wouldn't call you an a-hole. I would just say that it's not your choice.
I think, but also it's not like a 13-year-old being like, "Hey, this is what I want to do."
Right.
Most people who are seniors in high school have a pretty good like no one's going to sit there and be like no reasonable 17, 18-year-old is going to be sitting there and being like, "Yes, I want to be a doctor because I watched Grey's Anatomy and am really in love with this character and think that my life will be just like that." No one's realistically going to think that that's how it's going to be.
Right.
Yeah, she
Um,
just most likely got interested in the topic
yeah.
due to
I mean,
that type
I
of entertainment.
so here's where I was excited to weigh in on this one because this is pretty much how I chose what I'm going to college for right now.
Yeah, Dexter or whatever. Was it
No,
Dexter?
no.
Uh, close enough.
Close though. So, for those potentially
Oh,
seeing this stream who don't
prodigal
know,
son.
yes, for those who don't know, I don't even know. Trevor, do you know what I'm going to school for?
No.
So, I am a criminal justice major. I
Same.
am
Oh,
going,
you did say it.
yeah, I'm going
Sorry, my
for
bad.
criminal justice, but with a focus in psychology. So, figuring out why people do the things that they do and how their brains work and like using that to fit them in with crimes. The reason why I initially started looking into this, and again, this is okay. I'm gonna give more context on why I feel like it really relates to this, and why I think that the teenage girl, the one that's going to med school, did nothing wrong. I watched. This is still like one of my all-time favorite shows. Watch this show on Fox called The Prodigal Son. It is literally a show about a guy who used to work for the FBI, got fired because he punched a cop, whatever. Um, used to work for the FBI, now works for the NYPD. He is a forensic psychologist, and his dad was a serial killer. So he goes and talks to
Same.
his dad and gets his dad to, don't say things like that. But he like talks to his dad and uses his dad's knowledge, but also his own knowledge of going to school to become a forensic psychologist to help him solve these crimes. Watching this show, I was like, this kind of job looks epic. And so, but like what this person is saying, where it's like suggesting she was nice, or like saying, hey, do some extra research. Most people who look into something like that have already done the research. I watched this show and it probably was like several years later, like even after initially watching this show, I actually wanted to go to med school. I wanted to be a like heart surgeon. So like, and then changed after I did more research on the criminology side of things, because I was like, oh, actually, like, it's not, the show way overplays it. It shows them doing a lot more field work and a lot more like being on crime scenes and stuff. But like, I know that's not going to be my life, and that obviously things are not going to be the exact same way that they are in some TV show made for people's entertainment. It's made to be like this fascinating thing. And that's in reality, like, a job is a job. You're not going to be going to work every day being like, heck yeah. But like, as long as she's doing the research, for you to look at her and be like, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, it's kind of a little crappy, but at the same time, I don't know that it makes her a complete a-hole.
Nah, I think she was just.
I think she was more so looking out for her. But also, I will say though, in typically your first 2 years of school are going to be a lot of core classes. I start school next Monday and I'm literally taking like government classes and biology and stuff, which I understand that criminal justice or like criminology with a focus in psychology is going to be science heavy, but at the same time, like, you're going to take lit classes, you're going to take math classes, you're going to take all of this other stuff that if she changes her mind down the line, she can do that, and that is perfectly okay. So,
Wait. Trevor, what are you going to school for, bro? I don't think I ever.
Photography.
Oh, W.
so much sense.
That makes sense.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I've ever heard
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
I don't think I ever said it.
This is exactly what I was just saying. You sound exhausting. Let her go to college and take some classes and decide for herself. Her first couple of years of college will mostly be gen eds anyways, so if she hates her science classes and loves the humanities, she can change majors without any repercussions. But maybe she'll continue with pre-med and become a doctor. You're not doing her any favors by discouraging her now, and you're just being an a-hole.
Right.
Which I think is valid. I think that's a valid, like a valid comment on that, because by being like, hey, are you sure about this? It's okay. I'm gonna tell a story, just real quick, about
Uh,
how
uh-huh.
how ticked off I got when someone really made me feel like I didn't know what I was doing. So essentially, exactly the same thing that this younger cousin is feeling, where it's like she took it as if I was suggesting she was naive and misinformed or trying to make her second guess her decision. When I first started going to college, at my previous place of education, not my current one,
I'm docking where you went.
do
Or
not do that,
docking.
please. But when I was going
At
to
least not right now,
college,
because I'm currently going there.
Trevor still goes there. So, when I was going there though, my my graduation coach or my advisor or counselor or whatever, like,
Oh.
essentially treated me like, well, or it was just kind of like treating me like I didn't know what I was there for. Like anything I had questions about, it was kind of like a, oh, well, shouldn't you know that type of thing, rather than a, hey, let's work through this together. Which made me feel like I wasn't being welcomed there. Like I was just like, I don't know, it made me feel really awkward being there, and it did not make me feel good. And this is a story that if the person that I am telling this story about ever finds out I told this story, oops, but also kind
He's
of F
not
this
gonna
guy.
know.
Yeah, I don't think they're never
Nah,
gonna
I'm
find
sending
this.
this
It's
to him,
fine.
bro.
You won't even
But
know his name.
I had told a friend of mine about how bad I felt about this conversation that I had with this advisor, and I essentially said, "Why is Discord going off?" Um,
You did not say
I
that.
what? Aiden, I swear to God,
Wait, what did he say?
he said I'll be right back. But I think he's heard this story anyways, probably, and just doesn't realize that this is where I'm going. But whatever. Trevor, die. But I had told a friend of mine, and this was like someone that I was like at one point really good friends with. Like we hung out together all the time. We like, it was like we were actually friends. It wasn't like a, oh hey, you're just someone that I kind of know thing. Like we were actually friends. And I had been explaining, I was like, yeah, I'm just like really not having a good day. And he was like, why? What's up? And I had mentioned, I was like, oh, this person that was supposed to be helping me figure out my classes instead just sat there making me feel stupid the whole time. And it wasn't a pleasant place to be in. And again, I get super overwhelmed very easily. And essentially, the response I got was, well, yeah, but you're just a fresh out of high school 18-year-old who doesn't know what she wants to do with her life.
That's
And
insane.
I said nothing, considering I've known what I've wanted to do from the time I was like 14 or 15 years old. So, sure, let's go with that. But so it's like, it's that same thing of like, to sit there and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, do more research. it it makes the person that you're talking to feel like you think they're not smart enough to figure things out like that on their own. And it feels
What are they gonna
very
say?
like dehumanizing in a way because you're like, "Hey, you don't know what you're doing." And it almost makes it feel like, when you're looking at this person and you're saying things like that, it makes it almost feel like you think you know what's best for them over what they want to do. But I don't know. I also I mean, we also don't know these people though. So also the younger cousin may genuinely just like be a huge fan of it and think that her life's gonna be just like that, but in most cases I would say that's probably not the case. So, I don't know. Yeah, you have a lot of women going into STEM and other fields because of shows, Grey's, The X-Files, Bones, etc., and they're kicking ass. You should not be questioning your cousin or trying to dampen her spirit. Her bachelor's is what will help her determine if she can do med school. Exactly. Let her go. Like,
It's true.
I'm going through my bachelor's right now, and it's a mix of here's classes that aren't going to match your degree, but I'm still taking Intro to Criminal Justice. Like, that is a class that I am taking. So it's like, while yes, it may end up that she like goes through these classes and is like, hey, this isn't what I want to do. She'll have all of those core classes under her belt though and be able to be like, hey, I figured out early on enough that like this isn't what I want to do, but she won't have to like completely re-go through all of college. It's
Right.
not like this is like final decision of her being like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm sticking to it. Like, she has time to change her mind. My best friend literally just swapped from criminal justice to, like, film or something like that. Like, it's, people change their minds all the time going into college. All the time. My mother got accepted into college. This is like when Aiden and I were, or when I was in like middle school, because my mom was a stay-at-home mom when Aiden and I were younger. And then she ran a restaurant, so she was like, she never felt the need to really go to college because she was spending time with her kids and wasn't like out searching for a job. And then even when she did have a job, she was like running a place. She wasn't working like some really low end, like, So it was like, but when she did finally decide that she wanted to go back to school, she was dead set for the entire time that she was applying to school on going for accounting. She got accepted and changed her major to teaching. So it's like, things happen. People decide that their plans want to, like, they want to change their plans or whatever. And I think that's okay. I think if your cousin wants to go to med school because she watched a show, let her go to med school and she'll figure it out.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
I'm back.
This
Yeah, my
comment,
mom. Oh,
this comment is, what were you saying? Sorry. Go on.
my mom went to college, changed her mind, and dropped out.
That's so valid.
Valid.
I didn't go to college.
Aiden
You
doesn't
were in
plan on
high
going to
school.
college, and again, that's perfectly fine. Like,
Yeah.
Because
everyone has
college
their
is
own
for
things of what they want to
idiots.
do. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, this comment, I am a little, I'm just gonna read it and then give my thoughts. What the F is happening with these comments? Not the a-hole. That's a reasonable response, especially after hearing she doesn't like studying biology. You didn't say she can't be a doctor if she really wants that, just that she should make sure she understands what it entails before choosing a college, choosing a major, paying for courses, etc. It's solid advice. My thought on this part right here, especially after hearing she doesn't like biology, I absolutely despise biology. I despise biology, I despise most forms of science, and I am literally going into a very science heavy major.
Yeah, it's literally called forensic science, bro. You're
Yeah.
cooked.
Hey, no, it's called criminal justice, first off.
Is
But
criminal
yeah,
justice not just a part of forensic science?
forensic science is a part of criminal justice.
Nah, I think you got that backwards, bro.
Uh,
Hold up.
But so, my thing is, like, people can hate one thing, but still want to pursue a career that somewhat has to do with that thing. Because if I'm working in forensic psychology, I'm taking freaking American government this year. Am I gonna use that in my forensic psychology stuff? Probably not.
Probably.
Oh no, it's just completely different, bro.
Okay, then.
Oh, is this still the college one, right?
Yeah.
Ah, my Discord needs to stop glitching out, bro.
Okay, next and final one.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for not keeping my cool when my neighbors let their 7 dogs bark uncontrollably when they walk
Oh
them at night?
no, not the a-hole.
Yo, shoot the dog, bro.
For context, we have a neighbor that owns around 10-ish dogs. Well, I
Brother.
don't care if you want to own as many dogs as possible, although there are reports that they were already pretty much unpopular with neighbors near their house due to them letting their dogs bark incessantly. Incessant? I don't freaking know.
Is incessantly.
Yeah, that. Thanks. They also walk their dogs at night. 1 dog walker per dog. How many people do you have walking these dogs? Good God.
They probably
7 people
hired
and
dog
7 dogs?
walkers.
At night, though?
You
That would
hiring
be
7
creepy.
dog walkers to walk dogs, bro?
Hire 1 dog walker per individual dog. You notice that whenever they walk their dogs, the dogs bark uncontrollably, and their dog walker doesn't. Okay, dog walker, sure. Doesn't do anything. We have a 7-month-old baby who sleeps throughout the night, save for whenever these people walk past our house with their dogs yapping uncontrollably. My husband had asked them politely to control their dogs barking as we have an infant, but they never seem to listen. They still let their dogs bark whenever they walk past our house. This time, though, I lost my cool. They walked past our house, letting their dog bark. My son cried awake due to the noise. My mama bear mode kicked in, and so I shouted oh, she started cursing at them for being a-holes and letting their dogs bark.
Not
First off,
a
what you want them to do, bro?
That's my thing.
Like,
I mean,
not walk the dogs is one thing, but saying you're letting the dog bark is
yeah,
questionable
so
to me.
we, all three of us, like, have dogs or have had dogs. And sometimes dogs just be doing things, man. The dog that Aiden and I have right now is such a pain. And when he's outside and
Yeah,
he
we're
is
low-key
zoned in on
disowning, bro.
something, when he's outside, he will bark. And it does not matter what you try and, like, sometimes you cannot get him to stop. So it's completely understandable that, like, especially having that many dogs, like, it's
I'd
understandable that the
just,
dog's gonna be barking.
I would just say walk them earlier though. Like, why
yeah.
are you
Yeah,
walking that
walking
many
them
dogs
at
at
night
Like
night?
walk them
is.
during the day.
Also, what time are we talking?
Edit
Edit on.
says
Okay, we'll read the edit. Edit on
9.
where we live. 8 p.m. going 9 p.m. is already late, so it's about 8 p.m. 8 to 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
Okay.
Also, people here are mostly on WFH. What does that mean?
What the?
Work from home.
Oh.
Oh, okay. We're mostly work from home, so it isn't just my baby who's being disrupted with inconsiderate and why? Stop using that word. Inconsiderate and incessant barking. Of all seven of what? Of 7 dogs altogether while they walk in packs. We have meetings that we attend online, and even noise-canceling headphones can't filter out our barking dog packs. Also, this isn't a one-time occurrence. This has been happening since we moved here. Our neighbors have been complaining about this neighbor with 10-ish dogs not doing something to control their dogs barking. For the people who responded, I accept your comments because I have asked for your opinions, but labeling someone entitled for asking something basic, being considerate to your neighbors, I won't accept that. It's not about being entitled, this is about common decency. Let the downvotes reign.
I'd like to comment that this post is now on perfectly at 0 votes.
I know, I was just looking at that. I was like, dang,
Yeah, I
they're
was
at
just looking at
0.
that.
They got
The
the
good and the
a-hole
bad and the
badge. So I'm curious to see what the comments said and what they may have said in response to the comments. You're the a-hole, what the hell, 8 p.m. is not late. I get home at 7:30 p.m. Lots of
That's an
people do.
opinion.
Yeah. Our freaking grandma, mine and Aiden's grandma, does this really annoying thing. And I mean annoying in an endearing way. Like, it's a little frustrating that she does it, but it's not, like, hurting anyone, so I can't really be that mad at it. But if we're, like, sitting there, we'll be like, oh, what time is it? Like, blah, 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 we should do this. And she'll be like, oh, I can't do that because it's 6:30, which means it's practically 7, which is close enough to 8, and then 8:30 is my bedtime. So really
Yeah,
it's
bro.
practically 8:30, so I'm going to go to bed. And I'm like, it is 6:30 p.m., like 6:30 or 7 p.m., and this lady's already going to bed. Like, she is just done.
Yeah, she'll
So
literally
it's
be like
like,
6:30 rounds up to 7, and then what comes after 7, 8, so I'm going upstairs, and I'm like, alright.
mhm. And our grandma's not old by any means. She's in her 60s.
Nah.
She's still very active. She exercises, she gardens, she works full time still. So it's like she's not by any means old and is just like, "Oh, I'm an old lady, I'm going to go to bed." It's just kind of like a funny thing that she does. So, but it's like, but also, if someone next door to her were like mowing their lawn and she's in bed at 7 p.m., like, there's not really much she can say to the neighbor at that point. So I kind of get what this person's like getting at here, but at the same time, to be like 8 p.m. is not late. It's like you can't say that for sure, especially for a 7-month-old. Like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
My nephews are in bed sleeping and don't wake up at all to our dogs barking. Again, that's not
Okay.
necessarily the same for everyone. I'm a very light sleeper. Uh,
I'm a very heavy sleeper.
yeah, Aiden's a very
I
heavy
used to be a
sleeper.
heavy sleeper. Now I'm a
Yeah.
light sleeper.
I
Bro,
used to also
alarms
be a
don't
very
work on
heavy
me.
sleeper. Aiden literally had an alarm for a good while that would wake up every single person in the house but him.
Yeah.
So it's like Aiden's a very heavy sleeper. He does not wake up to anything. Um, if Copper is outside barking in the middle of the day, like outside, mind you, my floor is on the top floor of our house. I am wide awake. My parents open my bedroom door, and my bedroom door is not by any means loud. They open my door even the slightest bit, boom, I'm wide awake. So it's like you can't
Alright, goodbye,
necessarily say,
stream.
oh, okay, what? That's crazy.
Anyways,
Wow,
continue. I
wow.
gotta work on my essay, bro, and I'm not trying to have them look at
Mm.
it.
You have an
But
essay already?
he has
It's
an
due at
essay
yeah,
that's
bro.
due at midnight, and he has not finished it.
Dog.
But so
Bro, it's
yeah,
I
I
tried to
don't think.
copy off one of my friends, but it's a personal essay like about you, so it didn't really work.
Wow. I'm still streaming, by the way, so that's on stream now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he didn't say he copied from his
Yeah, I
friend.
said I
Yeah.
attempted to. There's a difference.
Yeah, so I don't think that saying, oh, just because my nephews, like, sleep through that, it's not valid to, like, to be like, oh, just because my nephews sleep through this, your 7-month-old should be able to.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd need to try adjusting your child rather than the rest of the world. That's
No.
crazy. Why would shouting at an employee do anything? They're dog walkers. They're paid to walk the dog, not train them. Also valid, though.
That's a fair point.
That is a fair point. Replying to the edit. So you're saying you know all your neighbors' bedtimes, LMAO? God forbid I ever end up in a town like that. Creepy. What will the neighbors say when your child makes any sort of noise when they're older? Also kind of valid, but
The
also weird.
neighbors won't hear the child?
Yeah,
I
what
was
if
about to say, what is the child doing, bro?
the amount
The
of
child starts
times
barking.
the amount of times that Aiden and I have full blown been screaming in the house from playing like Phasmophobia, Lethal Company,
Yeah.
whatever.
I
None
ain't
of
never
our
got a
neighbors give a
complaint, bro.
crap. So it's like, you know, or we do backyard movie nights at our grandma's sometimes, and like we've never gotten a complaint from any of her neighbors for like literally having projectors volume on full blast while watching a movie outside. So it's like I kind of understand like you can't really be that picky about the noise, and also
Yeah.
dog walkers, it's not really their. I mean, it's kind of their responsibility because that is their job, but also like that's crazy. You're the a-hole. I see in the response that you said it was around 8 p.m. That's a perfectly reasonable time to expect noise from neighbors, including dogs. Annoying? Yes.
No, it is not.
Deserving of profanity? Being spewed at them? Absolutely not. This one's on you. You're the a-hole. The world does not stop at 8 p.m. just because somebody close to you has a baby. And Mama Bear mode is not cussing someone out. You're just an a-hole. I get being frustrated, but other people are out there living their lives. Dogs barking outside of quiet hours is not tantrum worthy. I'd understand if this was like midnight, but yeah, 8 p.m. is still kind of like that's still a little
You can hear him working on the essay.
yeah, that was crazy.
Hold
And
no,
also,
I'm
yeah,
deleting
you're yelling at the dog walkers, not even the owner of these dogs.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Low key, the a-hole. I
Yeah.
changed my mind.
I think they kind of are, because 8 p.m. is not that late. I literally got home from church today at 7:30.
Low key, I'm watching YouTube. I still got 26
So, like,
minutes.
Brother.
Wait, I'm only on the second paragraph. I need to look.
yeah.
Wait,
Don't
don't
you-
some-
Like, what's the
It
word
is.
count, paragraph count?
It just has to be a full page long. I'm like,
That's
it's
easy.
simple. Yeah, it's light work.
Easy. For a personal essay, that's
I'm
super
probably gonna
easy.
make it like 2 pages because the first paragraph takes up like 2/3 of the page.
That's insane. But yeah, 8 p.m. is not that late for like people doing things. I will say though, I do feel bad when, and I did this literally tonight after Aiden and I went to go get boba. I have a really bad habit of, when you lock your car, but if you hit it
Oh, I
twice, your
always do
horn
that, bro.
honks.
Oh, I don't think my car does that.
So
What?
my car does it, and my car is so unnecessarily loud. Like, for some reason, my car is so much louder than either of my parents' cars. And so I feel bad, like, during the day, fine, whatever. But if, like, Aiden and I got back from getting boba at, like, 9:30, and I clicked
That
the
might
button
be
twice
true.
and it honked, and I do feel a little bad when it's in the middle of the night. But also, at the same time, like, that's I was about to say that's not really something I can help, but it totally is. I could just not click it more than once. But at the same time, like, I don't think it's that detrimental of a thing.
People are not gonna care about one honk.
Yeah, I'm like, it's also, if you're like, I don't know, man. Yeah,
Also, I just
this is
remembered.
also true. I bet you're one of those entitled people who believes that when my baby screams at the top of their lungs in public, people just have to get over it because babies cry. But you're the one feeling inconvenienced by dogs simply doing what dogs do. That's kind of valid. I mean, I say all dogs bark, our grandma's does not. That means sneezes instead of barking, but still. All dogs make some sort of noise like that, though. Like, but, yeah, I don't know. I think they're kind of an a-hole. I don't think they're, like, top of the list of people that we've read about today, but I think they are definitely a little bit of an a-hole.
Now we should do a tier list of who's the most a-hole. That was not
That sounds
great.
like a lot of work.
Whatever.
Maybe
What?
for the next one when I have time beforehand to set that up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's our last one for tonight. I did find more that I have saved, but there's a lot. And these were just some of the
Not run
ones
it,
that
bro.
were either really silly, like the convincing a kid that I'm a fairy, or things like, hey, I didn't go to my sister's wedding because I didn't get my wedding the way I wanted. So it's like, but of the people that I can remember that we talked about today, biggest a-hole, huh? I don't know. Probably the lady who didn't go to her sister's wedding. But at the same time, we don't know how the sister feels. But also, if the sister's asking you to be her maid of honor, I'm kind of under the impression that she clearly does not care that much about you being married to another woman. But I don't know. It's hard to tell with some of these because obviously you don't know these people, and
No,
oh,
I
I
know
see
all of
some
them.
juicy ones on the side here. We're gonna have to dive into next time. There's a lot more about dogs, but the one that caught my eye says, "Am I the a-hole for secretly rehoming my neighbor's puppies?"
Huh?
Oh,
No,
but it's
It says
abused
abused. It
puppies.
says abused puppies. Sorry,
Oh,
I should know
okay,
that.
makes
A-hole.
Abused
sense.
puppies.
Not.
There you go.
That's kind of an important word not to skip
Yeah,
over.
Hold on, we're gonna read this one. Okay, this
It's
one's
the
short. This
entire
one's short.
story.
So we're gonna go. This one's really short. I, 22 female, work from home, and our neighbor has a dog that
A-hole.
recently had puppies. I've seen him yelling
I'll
at them,
laugh at that.
spraying them with water, and even the yelling at them, valid. Spraying them with water, also valid.
Valid.
But the even
It's
tossing
awesome.
them around during storms. So what does that mean? Oh, I've quietly taken the pups in during heavy rain, fed them, and cleaned them up. My younger sibling helps, but we can't keep them long term. What really broke me is when my own family started doing the same thing. My brother poured hot water on one of them.
What? Pour hot water on the brother.
Valid. My dad kicked a pup just because it was nearby.
Huh?
I begged them to stop, told them animals don't learn through abuse, but they kept brushing it off. So I messaged a rescue group I found through a vet friend and asked if they could take the pups. They agreed, and I gave the dogs away without telling my family or the neighbor. I know this might blow up when they notice, but I couldn't watch it happen anymore. I know I probably crossed the line, but honestly, I don't regret saving them. Still, am I the a-hole for doing it behind everyone's back?
No, not at all.
No.
Nah, bro.
So another random little story from mine and Aiden's childhood.
I used
When
to kick puppies.
no,
Oh.
Aiden, when we were younger, we had a neighbor who would leave their dog out in like snowstorms or in like even the
Oh.
giant ice storm that we had that one year. They left their dog outside
Oh,
the entire time.
Oh yeah, what was his name, bro?
that's insane.
Aiden,
Don't say his name on stream.
The dog's name. You're not able to say the
The
dog's name on.
dog's name.
well, okay, so
We're not saying the
yeah,
dog's name.
so
How
there
to
was that,
codify that?
and it's like, so I'm all for taking in a dog if it's like we called animal control, like being like, hey, can you do something, or like called the cops and were like, hey, this is what's going on. They never did anything about it. But it's
Oh.
like, so this one hits a little bit harder just because we had a neighbor that did that to their own dogs, and it's like, yeah, the neighbor definitely, like, there's no need to be doing all that, and taking them in during the heavy rain was definitely a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Your younger sibling helping out was awesome. Your brother and your dad suck. But yeah, I don't think you're an a-hole for it at all. Uh, any form of abuse, animal abuse, child abuse, elder abuse, all of it, I just think is just like the worst kind of thing that like a person could do.
Yeah.
You're taking advantage or hurting someone who's practically helpless, and that's not cool.
One of my dogs was rescued. Like we rescued him from an abusive owner.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's effed up
Yeah.
in so many ways.
Looks I have
Because there's no need to be abusing puppies like that.
Bro, English don't be Englishing
Mhm.
tonight.
It never Englishes.
I just read a thing on the side that says if you're upset at the death or killing of common pets, eating meat makes you a hypocrite.
A cow
Oh,
is
sorry,
not a
repeat
common
that.
pet. That is
Yeah,
not a true
that's
unpopular
crazy.
opinion. What?
Yeah, it's definitely unpopular. um, but yeah, so that was just crazy. Like, anyway, that's it for this stream. Hope you guys
Help.
enjoyed. The pure
Cassie's
chaos.
kidnapped
Don't
us.
say that crap. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna go find some more crazy ones. That way we can do this again. Cause I enjoyed this. I don't know about the two of you. I enjoyed this though.
I hated this. No, that was
This is
actually kind of
actually the
funny.
worst stream I've ever done, bro.
Wow.
That's insane.
But yeah. I also want to, cause so the reason why I ended up coming up with this in the first place, or like thinking, oh guys, we should do this. I've been watching so much of the Smosh like Reddit review things. Um, so
I
I
didn't even
do
know they did
also,
that.
yeah. I'm obsessed. They've done so many of them, and not all of them are "Am I the A-hole" ones. That's just kind of what the one subreddit that I'm more familiar with, so that's what I ended up doing. But they do all kinds of like crazy stories. Like they've done ones that are just like, "Hey guys, here's what's going on in my life. Help, please." Um, so, but it's like, so I think doing just some that aren't "Am I the A-hole" would be interesting too. And see how that goes. But we'll see how that turns out. I also told Aiden, I want to one day do a thing where we each find like or not 100, Jesus, an hour worth of like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikToks, I guess for you. And do you use TikTok, Trevor?
No, I do not.
Okay, so TikTok, if Aiden wants to use TikTok, because you and I both
I don't
use
have
TikTok.
TikTok.
Never mind, Aiden doesn't either anymore.
Wait, actually, I
Apparently.
do, but I just don't use it.
Okay. Well, none of us really use TikTok, so I guess like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. But I want to do a thing one day where we each find like an hour of funny ones of those, and then like play it and see, like make it like a competition of being like who's got the funniest feed, like who can make the other people
Probably
laugh the
Aiden.
most. I don't know, Aiden.
Mm,
Aiden has
I must
some
have a
funny
stream,
stuff,
bro.
but he also has really, really stupid things. Some of
Hold
the
on.
stuff that he sends into
You
our
know what?
Instagram group chat, I'm just like, why?
Well, this stuff actually makes me laugh, and then most of it's like cooking.
Here, I'm gonna refresh my feed and send the first thing that pops up.
Here, I'll do, I might do the same. It depends on what pops up, because sometimes past, like, midnight, my Instagram gets a little scary.
It's not past midnight, by the way.
What?
Alright,
This
that's
is
the
the
first thing that
first
popped up, bro.
one?
Okay, so
Okay,
Cassie
mine's a
uses
little
Korean
stupid
myth.
sometimes. But yeah, anyways, I just realized I'm still streaming.
Yeah.
That's it for now. But yeah, we might do a like Instagram thing at some point. We might do another one of these. We might do
Trevor,
other
what
Reddit.
is that?
But we'll see. But we hope you guys enjoyed at least a little bit. But that's it for now. And goodbye.